PYTCH, we create experiences and deliver messages to people all over the world. And as part of that, we get to work with some amazing equipment. So in this series, I'm going to do box openings of all the new toys and equipment that turns up at PYTCH HQ. So I hope that I can share the joy of this new equipment with everyone on the web. Hey, I'm Johnny from PYTCH, and it is time for another unboxing. Today, we've got an Atomos Sumo 19-inch. Now, I was confused by this device because I said to the guys, what is it? And they said, well, it's a preview monitor and a recorder and a multi-viewer and a vision mixer. And I'm like, wow, that blows my mind, because not that long ago, that would have been 4 devices, would have cost a fortune. Anyway, let's crack on, see what's inside this thing. And today, we're opening the box with a coat hanger. Okay, first thing, very retail box. When I first saw it, I thought it was a gaming console. It's very bright, shiny, quite a good looking thing, which makes me think it's probably targeted more at the prosumer market. But we are using this for serious broadcast work. Okay, it's got a handle at the top. Flick the box open. Inside, we have the obligatory black foam. We'll probably be able to use that for something later on. These things are really good for work surfaces, I find, when you're doing electronics, because screws don't roll off them very well. So that is a keeper. Right, inside, we now have a thing that looks like it belongs in a tank. It's kind of got some octagonal corners to it, a plastic face. Let's peel this off. So it's quite a thick protective film, this, which presumably is to make sure the screen's looked after, which it is. Okay, the feel of the device. Like with most of this stuff, it's got a tough aluminium cast front. That, I think, is an aluminium milled side and plastic corners, much like the Atomos. What are those other things we use, Laurie? The Atomos Shoguns, like the Shoguns, yeah. Okay, it's got some fans in the back of it. I'm seeing some XLR ins and some XLR throughs, 2 separate battery inputs and a DC input. Presumably that's so you can run this off a V-Lock battery as well, which is great because it makes it mobile. On the back here, sync input. That's good because that's like the Genlock, so that's a real broadcast feature if you want to sync up your frames with all your different cameras and stuff. Okay, then we've got inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4 SDI inputs and a SDI output. I'm going to guess the SDI output is probably some kind of program feed. And then we've got an HDMI in and an HDMI out as well. So this looks and feels a bit like the kind of thing that's similar to a Blackmagic A10, which is stuff we love around here as well. So let's put that to one side for now and see what else comes in the box. Okay, the foam all looks a bit homemade, but we're not buying foam, we're buying a video screen, so I'm cool with that. I don't really see much of a use. Oh, you know what? I could peel the foam out of this, and now I've got like a tray that I could do repair work on, and the screws, even if they do roll off, they stay inside the tray. That is also a keeper. Right, brilliant, more gadgetry. Manual, don't need that. Although, hang on, there's something inside there. We have a cloth of some description. Nice, screen polisher. That's what you need. And then here, quick start guide. Maybe I will need it. Wouldn't be the first time. There were some videos a while ago we did where I threw the manual out, and then 10 minutes later I was like, we need the manual, get out of the skip. Okay, we have got the standard kettle lead. If you're not from the UK, you might not know what a kettle lead is, but in the UK we use the IEC connectors on our kettles, so we call this a kettle lead. It's actually a 13 amp to a IEC connector, kettle lead. We also have a power supply. This is great. I'm seeing this a lot more with the consumer and prosumer equipment. They actually come with power supplies, unlike the professional broadcast gear where the power supply is for some reason an optional extra. Can't figure that one out. So nice power supply, 4-pin XLR, not a Neutrik, some kind of knockoff version, but seems completely fine from what I can tell. We also have some screws. I guess that's probably for the V-Lock plate, I'm guessing, and some more bolty screws, like an M6 screw, 4 of them. Brilliant. Oh, this is cool. These look like feet. So I'm guessing we can put these in the bottom. Yes, we can. So it looks like they bolt onto there, so we can sit the screen on a table. That's a nice feature. I like that a lot. Then we have this. So this looks like the plates in the back of computer monitors. It's one of those. So this will go on the back of the screen, I guess. Maybe it will, maybe it won't actually. Oh, that's cool. Right, so this bolts in the back of the screen like this, and I think that's the attachment points for a V-Lock plate. So that's a good accessory to be included as well. Very much set up for mobile use. Now we also have I believe that is a hard drive caddy for an SSD hard drive, which presumably goes in the side. Nice. So it's got a built-in drive on the side so we can record our shows. I don't know if it can do separate ISO records of each of the inputs or if it's a program feed, but that is for later and outside the scope of an unboxing video. More screws, more foam, and a box. So that's pretty much it. And I'll give my standard speech here. Loving how this prosumer equipment is helping us deliver broadcast solutions. Love this stuff. And outside of my company, it's brilliant that people who might not have the budgets that you needed a few years ago to buy broadcast gear can start delivering some really kick-ass messages and producing some amazing shows with equipment which is, while not cheap, it is kind of affordable. It's accessible. So great work, Atomos. Thank you for the kit. Loving the stuff. Keep it coming. And if you want to send us some more to unbox, I'd love to get some free kit off you. See you soon.